95.6.
There's Richard sitting in for Pete Morgan at breakfast this Monday morning. After 6 weeks, the tunnels are open again in the centre of Birmingham.
I'm Richie Anderson and the Birmingham tunnels have reopened. I'm going to be live in the city centre, keeping my eye on the roads, and we're going to have traffic and travel updates every 15 minutes.
Has the closure of the tunnels been good or bad for Birmingham this summer? Has it affected your business in a positive or negative way? Have you lost a little bit of money? Has it changed the way that you travel into work for good? Will you be sticking with public transport, having decided to take it on during the course of the closures? 08453 009956 is the number to call. You can text 81333. Start your message with WM. Also on the programme, a report says inmates at Birmingham Prison are being kept in overcrowded cells, and I'll get the inside track on how the transfer deadline really works.
The BBC WM 95.6 Breakfast Show with Richard Wilford.
But our top story today is that more young Sikh women from the West Midlands are coming forward to the police, telling them how they've been the victims of sexual grooming. Jasvinder was only 13 when a man began the process of grooming her. Her words have been voiced by an actress.
I felt used and abused, like a piece of rubbish. He seemed like a really sweet guy. I started skipping school just to go out with him. He took me out to a hotel and then gave me a drink. I didn't know what happened after that.
The Birmingham-based Sikh Awareness Society says girls as young as 9 have been abused and there should be more support for victims. Detective Superintendent Tim Bacon from West Midlands Police told me an hour ago they're doing all they can, but they need help to catch those who are doing it.
Any person representing any community, quite rightly, is going to have extremely strong feelings about people that are at risk. We share those concerns, and certainly in relation to the Sikh Awareness Society, what I would say certainly to the people representing that group is the principle of coming forward and speaking to the police and our partners actually holds true, and we need that information.
Mohan Singh is from the Sikh Awareness Society and joins us in the studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Morning, sir.
This has become a very important issue, hasn't it?
It is, yes. It's not, let's get it right, it's not just in the West Midlands, it's across the country.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And are people coming to you and saying, look, this is going on, we want to know what to do?
Yes, I mean, people have been coming up to us since 1998 when we first set up the organisation, and the faith in the authorities and the police is at a very zero level, and people have just been fobbed off. A lot of the parents are coming up to us and say, we've been to the police are not looking at it as we're looking at it, they're just fobbing it off as a relationship, a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, and that's what they're telling us, and nothing more, and we're not getting any help. So that's why the community is coming back to us.
And the difficulty is that you kind of need to encourage those who've been through such awful circumstances still to talk to the police, because as DS Bacon was saying, the more evidence that can be gathered, the more chance they've got of successfully cracking these situations.
Well, this is one of the biggest fights that the Sikh community has on board. It's with the authorities and also with the Sikh community within itself. I mean, we've just had a breakthrough case in the Leicester case where a young 16-year-old came forward, and 6 people have been arrested and put behind bars. So we need more people from the community, but there is this is such a taboo subject, such a shame subject, that people just want their daughters back, and then just to shut up shop and hope that everything sort of vanishes and they can move on with their lives. But in that way, we're denying the girls the justice as well.
Yeah, the justice is very important, and some people believe in this idea of closure as well, that actually for the girls to move on, as they become young women and grow up still further, the best way for this to be behind them is for the men to be prosecuted.
That's right. I mean, slowly over the years, when we first started doing it back in '98, it was very hard. But in the recent years, last couple of years, we've had a couple of high-profile cases, and young people and families, mothers and fathers that are born in this country. Obviously, their education and culture is different, so they are coming slowly. They're coming forward.
Why do you think girls and young women from the Sikh community are being targeted?
I think, you've got a language barrier, which is the same. You've got basically a cultural value, which is the same. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's just Sikh women that have been targeted, or Sikh young girls. I think generally across the board, all girls have been targeted, and we're getting from our helpline. Most of the cases that we're getting are coming from obviously Pakistani background people targeting young Sikh girls, and we're dealing with that. There's a thread there that's running across the country, and the pattern is the same. Whether I believe that the groomers themselves know that these people won't go to the police, so it's a safe bet to go for a Sikh girl.
Just finally then, what do you need as a community in fighting against this issue from the police? What would you want them to do better for you?
I think understanding certain laws and regs. When the Marriage Act, the Forced Marriage Act came, that was a godsend. That was great. But the groomers are using that against the parents in grooming the girl to say, look, go to the police, go to the authorities and say forced married. They're forcing you, so they'll take you out of the homes, put you into the social cares, and then we've got access to you. We need the police. We need the authorities when there is a case of a Sikh girl. We need them to think outside the box and not just tick the boxes. And we've had a sort of a discussion with them, and that's it. We need them to think outside the box. These are problems that with the culture and with the religion, with the faith, these problems, if they're not tackled properly, then there's going to be plenty of problems further down the road.
Looks like you'll need to keep lines of communication open, but really appreciate you dropping in to talk to us about this really important subject. Mohan Singh from the Sikh Awareness Society. There is more on this story on Inside Out West Midlands. It's tonight on BBC One at 7:30.